ever stumble upon a sentence that just feels a bit slippery, grammatically speaking?
Oh, definitely. All the time.
Yeah, like take John is tough to please. Seems straightforward enough, right?
On the surface, yeah.
But what's really going on there, under the hood, today we're doing a deep dive into these tricky sentences. Linguists call them tough constructions. We want to figure out why they've got, well, researchers scratching their heads a bit. We'll look at their hidden structures, how they kind of push the boundaries of the usual grammar rules.
Absolutely. They're common, you hear them all the time, but they are quite the linguistic puzzle. Things like, this book is hard to read.
Right. Or the problem is impossible to solve.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, as you said, is the subject, this book, the problem. It isn't actually doing the reading or the solving, is it?
No, it feels more like the object, the thing being read or solved.
Precisely. It feels like the object of that action.
Okay, so normally we expect, a clear actor, someone doing something, and a clear receiver. But in John is tough to please, John isn't doing the pleasing. So how do we even start to analyze that? I know linguists talk about theta roles.
Yeah, theta roles. Think of them as the sort of job descriptions for parts of a sentence.
Job descriptions.
Like, who's the agent, the one doing the action? Who's the patient, the one receiving it or undergoing it? So in Mary please John, simple enough. Mary's the agent, John's the patient.
Got it.
But in John is tough to please John.
Well, he doesn't really fit neatly into a standard role connected to that verb please.
Okay, so there's a mismatch.
Exactly. And that mismatch is really what makes these constructions so interesting to study.
So if John isn't the direct object of please in that sentence, what is? Is there just nothing there? This is where that slightly mind-bending idea comes in, right? The null operator?
Yes, the null operator. It's a theoretical concept, obviously.
Imagine a kind of silent placeholder. The theory goes that there's this unpronounced element, this null operator, sitting where the object of to please would normally be, like to please someone.
An invisible someone.
Sort of. And this invisible element then, it moves. It moves to link up with the main subject, John. It creates this hidden connection that makes the sentence grammatical.
So it's like a grammatical ghost linking things up.
You could put it that way?
Yeah.
It's there to satisfy the verb's sort of need for an object, even when you don't see one written down.
Okay, that's pretty wild. How is this different from, say, John wants to leave? Because there it feels clear John wants and John leaves.
That's a really important distinction. John wants to leave is what we call a control construction.
Control, okay.
The subject of the main verb wants is directly understood, or it controls the subject position of the infinitive verb to leave. John wants himself to leave. The link is direct.
Right.
But with tough constructions, that link is, well, indirect. It relies on this posited movement of the null operator we just talked about. Much less straightforward.
Interesting. And another thing I've noticed, you can't really make these tough sentences passive easily, can you? Like, the boy kicked the ball becomes the ball kicked by the boy. Fine.
Standard passive.
But to please John is tough. That just sounds wrong, clunky at best.
Yeah. Usually ungrammatical, or at least very awkward. And that resistance, that's another clue about their unique structure.
How so?
Well, normally when you passivize, the object moves to the subject position. But because the apparent subject of a tough construction is already linked via that null operator pathway, a standard passive transformation just doesn't compute correctly. The structure fights back, so to speak.
Okay, so we've got this invisible ghost element moving around. The sentence resists passive forms. And there's also this idea that the subject itself, like John or the book, maybe didn't even start out in the subject position.
Exactly right. That's a key part of the movement theory for these constructions.
So the subject moved too.
The idea is that the subject we see on the surface, John, actually originates somewhere else, deeper in the sentence's underlying structure. Then it moves up to the front, to where we actually say it.
Wow. Where did it start?
Well, that's still debated among linguists, exactly where that original position is. That's part of the ongoing research. But think of it maybe like a Lego piece that gets moved to the front to make the final structure look right.
Okay. And does the specific verb matter? Like in the infinitive part? Tough to please sounds normal, but I don't know, easy to break John sounds really weird.
Absolutely. The verb choice is crucial. The meaning of the infinitive verb please, read, solve, break, and what kind of object it typically takes heavily influences things.
Right, you break things, not usually people in that sense.
Precisely. And also, whether there's already an object in the infinitive phrase can change the analysis too. Like, this book is hard to read for beginners. That adds another layer.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. These tough sentences, John is tough to please. This book is hard to read. They look simple, but wow, they're actually incredibly complex underneath.
Definitely more than meets the eye.
They seem to challenge our basic ideas about subjects and objects. They might involve this hidden null operator doing some gymnastics.
This invisible linker.
And their subjects might even be taking a little journey through the sentence structure before they land at the beginning. It really shows how intricate language can be.
It really does. What's so cool here, I think, is how these everyday sentences push us to think about the deeper, more abstract principles governing how we actually put words together and, understand each other.
Yeah.
This idea of silent operators, movement, it reveals just how elegant and how complex our internal grammar system must be.
So maybe the next time you hear a sentence like, I don't know, this pizza is tricky to eat neatly or something, you can pause and just think about all the hidden grammatical work going on behind the scenes. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other bits of everyday language, things that seem totally straightforward, might be hiding similar kinds of fascinating complexity? Definitely something to chew on.